Triathlon is commonly acknowledged to be the ultimate test of endurance. And for those at the elite level, it requires you to push yourself beyond limits that most of us can only dream of.
Ten to the gun. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
6K to go.
Look, he's lapping up this crowd.
This is triathlon. The art of endurance. The ultimate athletes from across the planet compete in the hardest races. Watch them battle, swim, bike and run all major races. As they push beyond the physical, beyond the mental, and beyond breaking point. This is beyond human. All athletes with eyes truly set on greatness don't wish for an easy life, but rather spend their days strengthening themselves to endure a difficult one. Triathlon, home to the ultimate athletes who build their lives upon the rockiest of paths. Battling against themselves, the fiercest competition, and often against the very limits of human ability. " 2022 was a year of competition without restriction. A monumental season, a return to Kona, St. George, history made in Roth, and of course, the inaugural PTO Tour, where athletes from all distances meet at the definitive 100-kilometer race to answer the age-old question: who among them is the ultimate athlete? Closing the year out, sitting at PTO World #1 was Norwegian icon Christian Blumenfelt. Claiming almost every title across all distances, what he's achieved in this sport and the time he's taken to do it is unheard of.
So here we are, live from the mountains in Sierra Nevada, putting in the foundation to beat the ass out of everyone.
Few competing could hold a candle to his performance. Few except for fellow Norwegian, training partner, and best friend, Gustav Iden. If ever Blumenfelt failed to take gold in a race in 2022, it was almost always at the hands of this man.
Getting married later this year. Oh my gosh, what have we got here?
Oh,
We've got a
quads.
cramp. That's got to be a cramp for Christian Blumenfelt. Look at that.
This is
Iden dominated the PTO Tour, snatching victory from Christian in the dying moments of the Canadian Open and winning in Kona. He is a light-hearted entertainer to many, but those looking past the 26-year-old sunny disposition know him by another, more sobering moniker: the Silent Assassin. whilst youth had their time in the light, injury plagued two of the sport's most seasoned titans. Jan Frodeno, the greatest of all time. To look at his career in sport is to see precision and dedication in pure harmony.
I really hope to keep my fire alive within me. It's a moment that I know will come. It'll come one day. I'll wake up and I know it'll be gone. That'll be a scary moment. Just to keep reigniting the fire and finding little things, finding rivalries. That's something I really hope to keep going for as long as possible, actually.
But breaking the barrier of human endeavour comes at a price.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Jan Frodeno, he's decided to stop.
The past year, he has sat on the sidelines or been met with disappointment, feeding speculation around his return. Likewise, Alistair Brownlee has struggled to return and to deliver on his well-earned reputation as the one to beat.
Looks like it's the end of the day for Alistair Brownlee.
He pulled his calf.
Oh,
There's nothing.
okay.
Many believe that on his best form, this is impossible. Amongst the wave of rising talents in 2022, based in the foothills of Mount Canigou, came arguably triathlon's most contentious character, Sam Laidlow.
I'm gonna zoom out and I'm gonna twerk to the song. Need to work on my twerk.
In the lead-up to the Collins Cup, what may have started as competitive antagonizing between rivals escalated to a climax under the pressure of race week.
I've got an apology poem for Sam Long. Dear Sam Long, I'm sorry I got into your head. I realised it was immature and that your confidence is hanging by a thread. Let's put it to bed.
To many, it felt like history repeating itself.
You're looking at the strongest legs in triathlon. Bring it on, fellas. Yo, yo, yo!
A young upstart entering the sport without abiding by an unspoken etiquette.
I think we could skip the swim and I'd still give them a run for their money. I'm
Pretty sure this guy's going to be getting cramps.
You can see Sam Laidlow headlong. He looks very, very dejected right.
Some saw a brash showman, disrespectful, an unproven entity without the right or athletic credibility to get above his station. Others saw a welcome new voice in the sport, one unafraid to call their shots. One thing was made clear in 2022, that whilst he may have left the Collins Cup bitterly humbled, after claiming second in his Kona debut, Sam Laidlow has the action to back up the bravado. Another undeniable new talent coming to the fore is Magnus Ditlev. The understated young Dane has flown under the radar for almost all of his professional career, until a definitive win at Challenge Roth. And a formidable PTO season under his belt saw Ditlev place third in the world rankings at the end of the season. In the women's field, Ashley Gentle, who prior to the 2022 PTO Tour was an unknown entity at the 100k distance.
Ashley Gentle from Australia will claim the first ever PTO Canadian Open. Ashley Gentle takes a win in wave number 2.
What a moment. Ashley Gentle
has done it again.
Now, after winning all races she entered, beating some of the biggest in the sport, there isn't a triathlete on the planet that doesn't know her name and the threat she brings to the field.
It's taken me over 10 years to get to that point where everything feels okay. That's where I want to be before the gun goes off.
Likewise, America's own Chelsea Sodaro, a relative newcomer to long distance, 18 months after giving birth and first time on the Big Island, walked away from Hawaii a champion, shattering what the world thought it knew about women and mothers in sport.
She can't quite believe it. Look at her. She's on that finish line. She's like, what just happened?
She will need to continue her rise to survive. No one knows that more truly than Daniela Ryf, who, despite an incomparable career in the sport, entered 2022 under a cloud of doubt and speculation that she was past her prime. A dominant win at the World Championships in Utah shut that down and further proved to the non-believers that form is temporary, class is permanent. Among those returning to the center stage after injury was Lucy Charles-Barclay, who after the heartbreak of missing out on Collins Cup qualification, made sure all eyes were on her at the World Triathlon Long Distance Championships.
I am definitely 100% back, baby!
Taylor Knibb, also returning, is an athlete that since her arrival, many among the experts have wondered if the happy-go-lucky 24-year-old is the future face of long distance. Only time will tell. Consistency is key. Finishing the year sitting on top of that mountain was Anne Haug, who used all her experience to stave off the new generation and finish as PTO world number 1. The talent is as deep as it has ever been. However, triathlon is a sport where to slow down is to die. Some of the most promising and proven athletes fell short. Both those on the rise and those with legacies to protect. In this game, especially at the brutal 100k distance, there is no grace given to newcomers or veterans. No path is easy when you're breaking the barriers of human ability. In all sport, there is opportunity for greatness. But in triathlon, just being fast isn't what breaks the tape. Athletes battle themselves, pushing through when others would break or give up. "2022 was a wild season. And whilst the dust has barely settled, so many questions are left unanswered. What will be the outcome when Frodeno finally faces off against Blumenfelt? Can Ashley Gentle remain undefeated at the 100k? Will Alistair Brownlee return to shake up the field once again? Does Magnus Dietler have what it takes to truly break through this year? What is clear, we're not just witnessing the evolution of a sport, but the evolution of human ability.